Hey, good morning, Martin County. Nomo with you one more time. We're going to go down the rabbit hole, and this time we're going to take on the Board of County Commission on something that we think is just egregious, un-American, unconstitutional, and the wrong way for them to be acting. We're going to give them the benefit of the doubt and say they were altruistic in what they were voting on, but darn it, guys, human rights come before animal rights, and here's what we have to say about it. So stick with us. We're interested in hearing from you. First of all, welcome. And let's get this out of the way. Is there a need for animal control in Martin County? Yes, at certain levels. Is there a group of people that vacate their responsibility as breeders of animals? Yes, at some levels. Are there those that vacate principle in any industry? Sure are, at certain levels. But do we allow our elected to ban entire market segments from our life just because of a select few bad players in any industry? Evidently, the answer to that is yes in Martin County. Let's think back a ways. Let's go back in the Wayback Machine. And if you've lived here long enough to remember, first they banned the strip clubs. Then they banned the commercial fishermen. Then they banned shark fishing. Then they banned fishing, period, from any Martin County beach. This all was done over a period of less than 2 short decades, and a precedent has been set. And now we ban businesses that sell dogs, cats, and rabbits while we spend excessive amounts of money to finance not-for-profit sectors to take the place of the free market retail sector. There's a major difference in the latter of these bans, though. In June of 22, the Board of County Commissioners not only banned the retail sale of dogs, cats, and rabbits, they also told the businesses that they had 6 months to change their retail model or close their doors. The proposed staff amendment to the ordinance was 1 year. Ed Campy felt that 6 months was more than enough for the sake of those poor dogs, cats, and rabbits. In all of the instances above, though, that we mentioned, like the shark fishing, the commercial fishermen, the strip clubs, there have been exceptions that have been made by the commission, some because of public outcry and others because of political pressure. So here we are today. In the case of the strip clubs, the existing were grandfathered in and allowed to continue to operate, primarily because of the fear of deep pockets and lawsuits on the commission's part. The commercial fishermen were told that once they were done at the pier, there's no lease. It will be terminated and no further fishermen could fill their slots. Through political pressure and legal effort, though, the commission bent now allows the leases to be renewed as long as the number does not increase. One out, one in. In the case of shark fishing, it's not allowed during open public swim hours. After that, you're welcome to shark fish. In the case of fishing from public beaches, you're fine to do it as long as the lifeguard or law enforcement do not feel that you're creating a safety hazard for the health, safety, and welfare of the people. We see two major issues to begin with in all of these. The commission is hidden behind the cloak of health, safety, and welfare on them all in rather hypocritical fashion, we might add. This June, the commission, who positioned themselves several feet above the people, mandated to business owners in Martin County that they must either completely change their business model or get the hell out. Wow. No grandfather for them? Well, we'll see about that. We as a county and as a government already had enforcement mechanisms in place and still do to prevent the illegal and immoral selling of puppy mill animals in the county. Animal control regularly inspects these premises and investigates the animal's well-being as well as their origin. This is already a process that is in place. The issue here is not puppy mills. It is your elected overreach for political benefit. Michael Sirkis, our newest TAM contributor, spoke at the Board of County Commission meeting about this topic. He laid out a very good basis for what we think is constitutionally challengeable court action against the commission and their arrogance. Here's Michael's 3 minutes on the topic. Mr. Producer, play the clip, please.
Yes.
Michael?
You.
I apologize. Yeah, the older I get, the more I find my ears are simply ornamental. On the positive side, I wasn't a good reader in high school, but closed captioning has really improved that ability. Michael Sirkis from Palm City. I just wanted to come up this morning and bring to you guys a simple truth I think has been overlooked. The way in which we conduct our actions is just as important, if not more important, than the decisions we actually make. This ordinance, what it's going to do effectively is create a monopoly in the benefit of not-for-profit organizations for animals sales in Martin County for domesticated animals. And let me be clear, I'm not necessarily opposed to that. But what it is going to make illegal private enterprise from conducting sales that they're otherwise legally allowed to sell here in the county to begin with. The reason why this is important is because when we highlight, even from staff's presentation this morning, this ordinance has been crafted from the perspective and the recommendation of not-for-profit organizations. Namely, a not-for-profit organization this county has almost $10 million investment in over 10 years. Why is all that important? Well, quite frankly, it's hard to suggest that there is no skin in the game from the commission, that there is no conflict of interest. Again, the way we conduct our business, regardless of the quality of the sentiment, is extremely important. Many people have stated, all five of you have alluded to, some of you have openly admitted, that there is a disconnect right now between the people of Martin County and their government. There is a feeling that the government works in benefit of the government, not necessarily to the will of the people. I'm not necessarily opposed to this ordinance, but it is clear if I were a pet shop owner, the first thing I would scream is this is a conflict of interest. This is written by the people that will be sole beneficiaries, and this is a group of individuals that have been invested in by the county. So the idea that the five of you can cast a vote today and say with a straight face that there is no conflict of interest, if I were a pet shop owner, I'd be extremely concerned. I would highly implore you to make this a citizen ballot initiative or whatever it's called. Put it on the ballot and let the people of Martin County vote on it. If you do believe this is the right course of action, then sell your idea to the people of Martin County. Remove yourselves from that conflict of interest and allow the people of Martin County to speak. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Circus. Gary Burgess, please.
To Michael's points, the Fifth Amendment reads, the Fifth Amendment of the Bill of Rights, the document that tells government what they cannot do. Okay? It reads this: no person shall be held to answer for a capital or otherwise infamous crime unless on a presentment of indictment of a grand jury, except in cases arising in the land or naval forces or in the militia when in actual service in time of war or public danger. Nor shall any person be subject for the same offense to be twice put in jeopardy of life or limb, nor shall be compelled in any criminal case to be a witness against himself, nor be deprived, get this, of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor shall private property be taken for public use, fishermen, without just compensation. The Sixth Amendment reads, in all criminal prosecutions, the accused shall enjoy the right to a speedy and public trial by an impartial jury of the state and district wherein the crime shall have been committed, which district shall have been previously ascertained by law, and to be informed of the nature and cause of the accusations. Be informed of the nature and cause of the accusations, be informed being the critical word here, to be confronted with witnesses against him, to have compulsory process for obtaining witnesses in his favor, and to have the assistance of counsel for his defense. Okay? These are things that we have agreed on as a people that our government cannot do. Cannot do. Now, keep in mind the commission sat in discussion in a public hearing modality when they made this decision. This makes it a quasi-judicial procedure, meaning the Fifth and Sixth Articles of the Bill of Rights have been flagrantly violated. As you listen to the arrogant comments of Commissioner Ed Campy, it becomes obvious that the rights of these people have been violated. And the videos are below. You can listen to Ed yourself. He suggested that the companies reinvent themselves to deal with it. Now you tell me, how does a company that derives its income from the legal sale of pets turn around in 6 months and maintain a livelihood? Here are a few questions for the good commissioner who says he's sympathetic to the owner's plight. Why were the affected businesses not given the courtesy of contact by staff, you, or any of the other commissioners in this quasi-judicial matter? Okay. Why was an organization that is the recipient of tens of millions of dollars from the taxpayers asked to spearhead this effort? Why was there no consideration given to the grandfathering of these businesses? You see, Commissioner Ed owned an ice cream store back in the day. It bankrupted him for a period. Imagine, if you will, the commission had decided back then that for the health, safety, and welfare of the general public, that ice cream, which causes obesity, cavities, diabetes, and other health issues, should be banned from Martin County. For the good of the people, of course. If he was told that he would have to reinvent himself and sell ice cream cones to those who wanted them and scoops to make his business profitable, do you think that would have been viable? It's equally as ridiculous to tell these business owners that sell legal pets the same thing, especially because there's no evidence that was given in this hearing that any of the animals were puppy mill animals. No evidence at all. All that was offered were bleeding heart commentary and anecdotal facts that did not strictly apply to either of these retail operations that we're discussing. The county in its quasi-judicial hearing had the proof of burden in this matter. They did not prove a thing. They took an issue and condemned the owners without due process, as explained very well by Michael Circus. By the way, I can think of no better way to welcome Michael aboard officially as a contributor to TAM than this. You can begin to see why we asked him to stake a tent in our camp. Now, to all of those bleeding hearts out there that will kick and scream and say, "Shave the puppies!" This is a separate issue from this discussion, and we can have that later if you like. You might be surprised. We may actually land on your side. For now, we have to decide if we're going to stand for our neighbors, humans, and responsible members, business owners of the community. If we do not, the next thing they come after with this precedent could be your favorite animal or vehicle or type of plant that you like or where you can plant the plants. The business owners are to be commended. Small business is a driving force in this economy. These people have set out to pursue life, liberty, and happiness by offering a responsible product to a segment of the population that wants it, by building a business and having the opportunity to profit from it and sell their business to someone else and retire like I did at the age of 47 from doing the same thing as a small business person. Now, these business people with multi-year leases and financial obligations, the county has come to them and has, with one vote, wiped all of their pursuit of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness off of their plate and told them they are unworthy. And they did it all with no due process. We can discuss the breach of ethics too, if you like. You see, having the same people that you reward millions of dollars to as taxpayers strengthens the public-private partnerships between the government and outside interest, and it shapes a free market system without your ability to participate by deciding where you, as the individual, want to get your product from. This is not about animals. If it was, birds, fish, snakes, lizards, exotics, and others would have been banned as well. But the Humane Society doesn't deal with those animals, you see. We're either a republic of common rights, or we are no more than a third world totalitarian regime. TAM is working to set up a legal defense fund for these business owners. Our TAM contributors, Casey Ingram and Michael Circus, are both engaging in efforts to assist the owners as well. Casey will be doing live interviews with both property owners in the very near future, and we'll keep you up to date on those dates and times so you can tune in and listen. Who, by the way, these business owners, again, were never contacted by anyone from staff to alert them to this legal hearing so that they could come in and defend themselves. They were not allowed to represent themselves at all, and that is appalling. TAM will be organizing sign-waving protests at the commission chambers in the near future, as well as a long list of public speakers that will address this issue face-to-face with the commission regime. Do not confuse the issues of puppy mills, which no one thinks is a good idea, and the rights of humans that operate their business in good faith in our county. These businesses have not been cited for any illegal puppy mill sales. Zero. We are encouraging the village of Indiantown at this point to invite these business owners into the village in an effort to help bolster the economy of Indiantown in a positive way. Okay, enough for now. Below are some links to the meetings that took place. There's a link to a discussion that Casey, Michael, and Nomo, Eric Miller, had concerning this topic. Enjoy it. Also, if you'd like to email the commission, we've made it real easy for you. There's a form below this video that will allow you to send an email and a message to all of the Republican commissioners at one time. We hope this overreach makes you as upset as it does us. It might actually get the Republican Party in Martin County off their butt to do something. Get engaged, Martin County. It's your government. Let your voice be heard. We will help make it louder. Be sure to check back for more live interview dates, protest dates, and speaker dates as we help our neighbors live the American dream in Martin County. Remember now, no single raindrop ever made a flood, but when combined, the raindrops can create tsunamis. Speak out and speak up. Nomo out.